get an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll start with questions.
I thought our guys did a great job battling. It was not very hidden that I was not happy with the starting lineup. All year I have never subbed 5 in, 5 out, but I needed to send a message, both halves, to start. And two of these guys are part of the starting lineup that we were not meeting the expectations and the standards of what they needed to do as their job, but never quit on them and never really, pushed them so far down, but they understood that they weren't meeting their expectations, and I thought they came back with 16 minutes to go in the second half and really started playing the basketball that I know that they're capable of, and we wouldn't have won without these two gentlemen. But that goes without saying. The bench was phenomenal tonight. Nate, Dre, Key, Keandre Jones, Kavon was really, really good tonight, and so was Jordan Henderson. And those 5 guys came in and really gave us the spark to get these guys back to where they were able to finish the game for us, and I'm proud of the guys.
All right, question for Ayo to start this out. Another really close game here in the spec. Pretty much just about every game in the spec has been really, really close, down to pretty much the final minute. What does it mean for each of y'all? Do you know that y'all make this a really tough place for everyone to play, no matter who they are in this league?
Well, it's tough. I've been in this league for 6 years, and every game is hard to win. Now I'm on the other side of it, so you try to make it tough every game and respect every opponent. So,
no matter what record the team's is, it's always going to be tough. This is my second year here, and I realized playing here last year it's tough every single game. Even if it's away, it's even tougher if we at home. So like what Kendrick said, you got to respect your opponent.
You look at a team like Cameron, and I picked them specifically because last year they were in the same boat that us and UT Tyler are in right now, to where I remember playing Cameron here at home and we were up 20 and we won the game by 4. And Cameron was a three-win team last year, and now Cameron's in the top 4 of the league, competing for a chance to, clinch their spot this weekend, if not, fighting for a 1 and 2 seed. So what that really tells me is that it doesn't matter the record, it doesn't matter. The opponents in the Lone Star Conference is always going to be highly respected, and it's always going to be a challenge that you have to be able to step up and play and be the most disciplined team in the version. And we play Cameron next week, so I look forward to the challenge of playing them in Midwestern. But to answer your question of the spec, we're a tough place to play for the sake of travel alone. We got the furthest travel to go all through the conference, but then they have to come back to us. And our crowd does a phenomenal job of allowing, the energy to be there. But these guys are the ones who make it happen. And I think being at home just means a little bit more to them.
Coach, so going into halftime, 26-22, anything particular that you said to the guys coming out, scoring 33 to their 21? You guys came out on fire and just continued essentially to play y'all's game.
I'll answer that question, fellas. No, I just went in there and like I just told you to start the starters I wasn't happy with, and I went in there and I challenged the starters, and they came out and we didn't execute the first play offensively, didn't execute the first play defensively, and at that point I was proving to them that I was serious about the message, and that's really all I can do as a coach is set a standard and have them meet it, and they understood it and they came back out their second time around and they responded, but it wasn't a hoorah message. It was just do your job.
Jason, question for you. Really clutch plays coming down the stretch there from you to kind of secure the win. You finished with 8 points and 2 rebounds. With that one of those rebounds down with about 30 seconds left to pretty much seal the game, and then nailing some clutch free throws down the stretch. What was going through your mind in that moment?
Just to get a stop. Earlier in the timeout, Coach told me he wanted me to help down on Kendrick because they was trying to do a mismatch with him. And I just noticed that's what I had to do, and ended up my man got the ball, and I just got the stop. That was the whole point for the team, so just get the stop.
Kendrick, question for you. Y'all really struggling from behind the arc in the first half, only 1 for 9 in the first half, and also coming out of the second, not really falling for you, but then they really started falling the midway through the second and through the thing, and that got y'all back in it. You finished 2 for 6 from behind the arc. What goes on in the huddle and on the court when y'all are in that slump and then trying to come out of it like that?
I think when we're in those slumps, I think we just pick up the pace and find our rhythm. A lot of open shots. I feel like the second half we got a lot more open shots and found our rhythm. So I feel like that's why we knocked them down.
Final question for me. coach, Nate Garcia. He's had a nice few games. He was the one that really got the offense started in that first half when it was kind of going rough, like you said, with that first group. He got things going. How much has he stepped up, and how important has he been these last few games?
Huge, huge. I don't think you can really explain what Nate's doing because you'll look at it, and tonight you'll see 7 points and 3 rebounds. But what Nate brings is what Kendrick just talked about is the spark. And you can tell Nate to go out and do whatever assignment. There were times where he was having to guard the man Kendrick has, and I got to say this about Kendrick. Kendrick's playing out of position. A lot of our guys are playing out of position, and Kendrick is battling bigs inside that is not really his strength and his forte. But he doesn't second guess it. He doesn't question. He takes the instruction, and when he does it wrong, he takes the chewing, goes back out there and does it again. And I can't speak higher than him. Same thing with Nate. Nate goes out there and just battles his butt off and flies around, and it looks like Nate has about 16 steals and 14 just because his passion is to play. And he's getting better because he's understanding how to play a little bit more. He's a redshirt freshman. He sat out all last year, and he comes from a local kid here in Kingsville that was averaging probably about 25 shots a game, scoring 40 points, to now he's being asked to guard, their best player and just be solid and just contribute. And it's taken him a while, but I'm really, really thankful for him for blossoming in the way he is, because he'll have a career here, a successful one.
So, Coach, 14 points from turnovers and 10 steals on the night. Coming into tonight, third in the conference in steals. What does this say about y'all's defensive prowess? And this is for all of you guys.
I think they play with a force. Our culture and our brand has always been defense. And you look at the scores and it makes it seem like we're not guarding, but we're doing it on both ends. The percentages and the scores look like we are losing. But the numbers defensively, we're holding teams below their averages. Percentage-wise, we're holding teams below their average. It's just been a battle of rebounding, but 90% of that is because we got guys playing 2-3 positions out of location, but they're still battling.
Well, I'm just piggyback on what Coach said. I think it's just fighting. Like you said, we're kind of undersized, but we know that we're every game we try to focus on rebounding, and we know that's a struggle for us, but we just keep fighting and then try to find a way.
One thing we always focus on is just getting one stop at a time. Every single time they come down the court, just get a stop, like I said earlier. And that's pretty much all it is to it.
One last question for all of y'all. 2 more home games left this season on Saturday and then 2 weeks from now against International. What do you have to say to the Javelina Nation to get them to kind of come out with these last 2 games and give you all the support coming down the stretch?
Start with the senior.
I guess we just have to promote it. This is my last 2 games, so just hopefully everybody comes out. We're gonna give everything we have. So,
we appreciate y'all for coming out now and in the future. So, we just hope that just keeps going.
I don't think there's anything we really have to say. I just told some people out there, we're 6-17, we're 4-14. I brought up the stat last week that we're, in 10 games we've lost by 41 points combined. So to quote unquote, we're giving them what they want of entertainment. But at the end of the day, it's just fans. The loyalty and the support of Texas A&M Kingsville. That's the whole point of Texas A&I today. The heritage day of it is that Javelinas are always going to be Javelinas. And one time the school was named Texas A&I. Now it's part of the A&M system. But the Javelinas never changed. And one thing we know about our brand is that we're always going to support them. We're always going to be there for each other. So I just say thank you and keep coming out and supporting, because these guys are going to keep playing their butts off for you. They wear the blue and gold with the most pride, and we just can't thank them enough for it.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead.